Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the C's and Q's podcast. I'm your host, Christian Quezada, aka That Man CQ, coming at you guys, well, not necessarily with another Wild Wednesday. So typically you guys will see me here with another group of guests, coming at you guys with some wild stories, giving you guys all the comedy entertainment that it is we have to offer. But I wanted to take things in just a little bit of a different direction today, and do our first ever solo cast. So I wanted to come and talk to you guys, and hopefully, like I said, steer things in a different direction, maybe give you guys a little bit more insight and motivation, to get you going throughout the course of your week. So yeah, and more specifically, when I'm talking about motivation, right, and, what it is that we want to overcome in life, it's specifically adversity, right? Overcoming doubt and adversity. And that's really what it is that I want to get to today in detail, and just talking about, especially when you're pursuing your dream, right? Whatever that dream may be, whether it's building a business, whether it's becoming a professional athlete, a musician, an artist, of some sort, or whatever the case may be, just some of the things that you're going to come across and the things that we need to be able to overcome as an individual, and ultimately not give up on our dreams and continue to keep pushing through all those adversities, right? So, obviously, like I said before, understanding when you want to be successful and you want to be great at what it is that you do, there's going to come a price with that. Like, of course, you're going to have doubters, you're going to have haters, you're going to have people who don't believe in you. You might not necessarily come from the best background. You might not have a ton of money to start your business, to be able to launch you in the direction that you want to go in. And maybe you have to take everything and build up from ground zero. Like, it just is what it is. Like, we all just don't got it like that. There's other people that have better foundations laid out for them. So it might make their path a little bit easier. But maybe they lack some of the mental fortitude to be an entrepreneur and to really be successful. And so, it just kind of depends upon every circumstance. Everybody has a different story, like I said before, in different foundations, different backgrounds, that ultimately influence the foundation that they lay for themselves as they grow, and try to, really embark on their journey and reach the type of success that they see themselves reaching, right? And so, like I was saying before, right, success comes with a price, right? There's going to be a lot of times, or maybe all the time, and on this journey that you're going to have to sacrifice. Now, sacrificing is one of the biggest things. And that, for me, I think, taking a step back from that, I think the number one thing you need to do when it comes to chasing your dreams is start, right? That's the key right there. Like, you need to actually start first. And, because there's a lot of people that really just have too much fear built up inside of them, and they're scared to really chase what it is that they want to do in life. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you scared for? Go after that shit. We are not promised another day on this earth. There's people continuously losing their lives day to day. And I know, especially with me being a fan of hip hop and rap music, there's been a lot of young artists who have passed away within the last couple of years, throughout some of my final years in college, and some of my, and in some of recent years as well, and some artists that I was really big fans of as well. And it's crazy to see that some of these guys are 18, 19, 20 years old, and they pass away after being, superstars for such a short amount of time. And we just kind of look back at them and say, oh, well, RIP, play their music and just kind of keep going about our day selfishly. We got to understand that we are not guaranteed to have another day on this earth. And so every day you have to continuously give thanks that you have woke up and that you've seen another day and that you have another chance of life, because not everyone gets that. And that's a fact. So we have to start there, right? We got to be grateful for the things that we have and just the fact that we're seeing another day, right? And then ultimately get over that fear and take that first step towards what it is that we want to do, and what we want to fulfill in terms of what we feel like is success in our minds, right? And, once you take that first step and you actually start walking in that direction, just remember that whenever starting something, right, per se, obviously this is a podcast, right? my mentality, like entering this whole realm, I'm like, man, I want to have this recorder. I want to have these cameras and these microphones, and I want to have this, and this, and blah, 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 blah. And ultimately, like, you really don't need much, especially when entering the podcasting space, but maybe a smartphone and like one microphone, quite honestly, and you can make that work. Even if it's a 20-minute episode, you can get started. I'm just lucky enough that, being a freelance photographer and videographer, I had so many things to my display, and having some money put away, I was able to invest and get some of the equipment and the things that I have now, to get me jump started. So I'm beyond grateful for that. But just even like someone that's coming into this space per se, like, you really don't need much to get started. So always remember, like, don't continuously keep pushing something off because you feel like you don't necessarily have the proper tools or things to really get yourself going. Like, you don't need those things at all whatsoever. Like, you just need yourself. You need to be consistent, disciplined, understand what it is that you want to do, and then continuously just push towards that every single day. Like you don't need to have this crazy foundation. Like, what it is that you should be laying in your foundation more so is really ultimately like your plan, like what it is that you want to get done. What it is that you want to get done, where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself within 6 months, a year, 5 years to 10 years, and just continuously work day by day, one day at a time, and start to build off of that, right? And so now we working towards sacrificing, right? So once you actually get everything started and you start to push into this whole ideal, right? And you kind of get everything rolling for yourself. You get to working, and like, everything's finally like you're moving along a little bit. Like, you've gotten over that fear stage, you've gotten those butterflies out of your stomach, and you kind of get everything going. Like, even if you might have some insecurity about what it is that you're doing, like, just continue to do it every day, and like, you will get better. Like, nobody ever started out perfect. Some of the greatest musicians or artists that we see, or people who are actors or whatever the case may be, like, didn't start out being the best. They just had potential and belief in themselves, and just continuously worked hard to get to where it is that they're at, right? And that's what you need as an individual. So once you got yourself going on this path, and we're talking about sacrifice, you have to remember that depending upon what it is that you do, like, you're going to have to spend a lot of time working on it, especially for a lot of you young entrepreneurs out there, or entrepreneurs in general. Even if you are older, like, there's a lot of time that you're going to have to dedicate towards really building that business and being successful. Like, it's like, you can't be sitting there and fucking around. Like there's no room, you have no room or leverage to be sitting around and fucking, spending time like on your phone, bullshitting, scrolling through social media, going out and drinking and partying on the weekends. Like, dude, you got to negate that shit, and all that shit is out the window at the end of the day. Like, you're going to sacrifice sleep. You're going to have to sacrifice your social life. There's multiple things that you're going to have to sacrifice in order to really reach the type of success that you might imagine yourself, being at. And the thing about it is that not everyone is willing to make those sacrifices. And that's the biggest thing, right? That's what separates, the 1% from everybody else. And it's really just kind of getting over that and saying to yourself, like, all right, like me, for example, being 24 right now, it's like, do I want to continue the rest of my 20s partying every single weekend, going out, blowing money, whatever, right? Versus I could spend from my time now till the time that I'm 30, which would be, about roughly 5.5 years, working towards my dreams and goals, doing the things that I'm doing right now, us being on this podcast and interacting with each other, and you listening to what it is that I'm saying. And imagine where it is that I can be now versus just starting, not even weeks ago, realistically, to where it is I can be 5 years from now, right? As so long as I stay consistent and I continuously work and continuously keep pushing myself, like, you never know, some things can happen for you overnight. Like, there's a lot of sacrifice and time that you got to put into something before you really even get it started. And once you get it started, like, the work continues. And you got to really come to the, to the understanding and to grips with yourself and understand that, like, bro, like, it is what it is, bro. Like, you got to put in the work. There's really no way of going around it. You got to fucking work. Like, you 110%, you have to fucking work. And not only that, you have to be consistent more than anything. And it's a hell of a lot easier said than done. And that's coming from someone who's literally going throughout that process right now as we speak, right? There's days where I don't even necessarily want to get up and do these things, right? But it's not about what it is that I want to do or don't want to do. It's a matter of staying disciplined so that I'm able to build this consistency and build this train of momentum launching towards my goals and dreams, right? And that goes into my next point of what it is that I just bring up and saying that you have to do things that you don't want to do every single day. Right. And so as you're going throughout this, you're sitting here thinking to yourself like, man, your friends are out fucking having fun. They're over there having a good time. They're going to parties. They're drinking and shit. They're getting together all the time. They're going out to eat. People are doing this and that. They're going on cruises, vacations, visiting other places, bullshitting around. And you're like, man, you see all these people going out. You see them having a good time. You see them, enjoying themselves or whatever it is, blowing all their damn money that they're making probably from a minimum wage job. And you're just sitting around like, fuck, man, I want to have some fun too. Like, I want to go do something. Like, I'm tired of like sitting here having a bullshit. Maybe my business isn't launching or rolling or moving the way that it is that I want it to. That's all part of the process. That's all part of the process. And you ask yourself throughout the course of that process, like, bro, like, how the fuck do I stay motivated throughout all of this, dude? Like, this shit sucks. All my friends are out having fucking fun. They're at parties. They're doing shit that they want to do. I'm sitting around. I'm constantly working on something. For me, for example, like, I spend a lot of time editing and doing things. Working as a videographer and a photographer, there's a lot of times that I got to sacrifice sleep. I got to sacrifice, me not going to the gym or maybe, time out of my social life and maybe not going out and so on and so forth. Like, it is what it is. And, I would be sitting here lying to you if I told you that I stayed motivated throughout all of this. Like, fuck no. Fuck no. And any person who might be a business owner, an entrepreneur, maybe that's on their way to being a professional athlete, an artist, like any of the things that I possibly mentioned earlier, right? And etc. If they sat here and tried to look at you in their face and tell you that they're motivated every single day to do what it is that they're doing, they're fucking lying. I'm telling you right now, they're fucking lying to you. They're bullshitting you. There is no person on this fucking earth that's motivated every single day to continuously chase their dreams, because you are going to get discouraged. That is bullshit. I don't want to hear anything about no motivational clips, videos, blah, blah, blah. Like, there is not a single fucking person on this earth who is continuously motivated every single day and continuously motivated to do shit that they don't even want to do. There's no such thing as being fucking motivated. It's called being disciplined. It's called being disciplined. And some of the fucking best will tell you they continuously sacrifice sleep. They continuously sacrifice time out of their social life. They work extremely fucking hard. They have to sit here and continuously push themselves and try to elevate themselves to another level day by day by day by day by day. There's some days that you might not eat. There's other days where you're going to be fucking struggling. Some other people are homeless. I think about people like Steve Harvey, who said he lived in and out of his fucking car for years trying to become a comic, trying to become a famous comedian and be who it is that he is today. And so many times he was ready to give up until one day he was just absolutely blessed by the man above and got the opportunity of his lifetime and never looked back. Like, man, like to sit here and say that you're motivated every single day to do these things, like, I'd be fucking lying, bro. I would be speaking straight bullshit right out of my mouth. Because I'm definitely not. And any other person that tries to say that they are, they're not. They're just disciplined because they want it. They want to be successful. They want to be on that level that they're imagining, that they're picturing in their mind. They want to attain hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions to billions. build generational wealth, have multiple businesses, do multiple things within the course of their life, do things on their bucket list that maybe they never even pictured themselves doing, traveling to different countries, going all around the world, experiencing different cultures, food, music, and really enjoying their life, right? Because like I said, there's not a single day on this earth that's guaranteed to you. Not a single fucking day. Not even one. And so that you have to understand, being disciplined is fucking everything. Right? Because I talked about being consistent, right? When you're running your business, when, you know what I'm saying, when you're trying to fulfill these goals and be successful, consistency is fucking everything. How do you stay consistent? By being fucking disciplined. Point blank simple. Discipline is everything. And you have to slowly but surely discipline yourself, your mind, your body. And that's really how it is that you lay your foundation so you can steamroll towards your goal and accomplish what you want to accomplish. It's your discipline. Because if you're not disciplined and if you don't have that foundation set, you're going to fucking fail and you're going to give up so fast. I'm telling you right now. I done had many moments within the course of my life. You know, I didn't necessarily come from much. You know, I was raised by a single mother with 4 kids. You know, my family itself, we weren't necessarily rich. We didn't come from a lot. Growing up, I had to scrap and claw for every little thing it is that I had, and really like fight and work my way to even make some kind of a name for myself, or ultimately even get out of my hometown, right? And get an opportunity at life beyond what it is that I knew within that city. Like, you got to understand that your discipline means everything. And shit, like, that's your fucking foundation. Like, that's what's going to get you where it is that you want to go. Cause it's not every day that you're going to be sitting here. You're going to like, man, I love this shit. I'm having so much fun. I fucking love waking up at 4 a.m. to go work out every single day and then go work at a fucking job that I don't like, to then get out of that job and go work on my business for 4 to 5 hours to not be pulling any revenue or profit. Like, this is the reality of so many people out there. But I applaud and I give so much credit to the people that do that shit every single day, because it's not easy, bro. That shit mentally breaks you down, dude. It's hard. It is hard. And that's why the best of the best are the ones that actually make it out and ultimately succeed and get the shit that they have. Get that type of fuck you money. Like, for real. They get there because they're fucking disciplined and they want that shit. It's not because they're fucking motivated. Who the fuck is motivated to sit here every single day and do a bunch of shit that they don't want to do? Who? I would love for you guys to please point me to the fucking person, bro. Shoot them down in the fucking comments, bro. Or send them to my goddamn DM, because I don't know a single fucking one. Discipline is fucking everything, right? Oh, man. And so, you know, for me, like, one of the things that I actually wanted to bring up, right, when we talk about the whole thing of being motivated, right, and how I said that someone would be lying to you if they sat here and told you that they were, like, you know, motivated all the time and shit like that. This is bullshit, dude. You know, because now with social media, right, man, here we fucking go, right? Social media is just one of the, not even one of, but like the biggest fucking cover up in our modern day society now. Like, social media, man, so many people put on a fucking front on these platforms, man, and act like their life is so fucking great. Smile in every picture, try to put on their cute little outfits, their jewelry, show off shit, go on boats, cars, whatever, right? And like, you know what I'm saying, flare and be flashy and all this extra shit. Like, they're actually happy with their life, when realistically, like, 99% of those people are sitting behind that phone screen and they're not satisfied with who they are or what it is that they have. Guaranteed. They have some type of problem. Everybody does. Nobody's perfect out here. And so there's so many people that are carrying a fucking facade throughout all of these platforms, bro, and they just outright lying. And the people that really kill me, man, is the people that step on these platforms, right? Like a TikTok or an Instagram, or maybe you got some of those people on Snapchat, right? That are always sitting here posting little videos, and they're all like, yeah, we in here grinding. They're in the gym, they're on the field, they're on the court. They might be in like a little studio. They might have like a little laptop out, or so yeah, we in here working, we grinding. We on top. We motivated every day. We doing this. Bro, shut the fuck up. No, the fuck you're not, dude. Because so many of y'all are putting on a fucking front. You're really not working that fucking hard. And I'm telling you, that 1%, them fucking dogs, bro, that are really fucking eating, they're not fucking sitting here and worried about showing that shit off to the rest of everybody else. They're seriously not sitting here worried about showing that shit off to everybody. They just fucking work in silence, bro, and let their success make the noise. Guarantee. They're not sitting here worried about fucking taking their phone out and flexing in the camera and being like, yeah, we out here, we grinding, right after they just did fucking 10 push-ups and got like one sweat drop coming down their fucking forehead, and all of a sudden like they're fucking Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like, no, bro, sit the fuck down, bro. Like, in all seriousness. You know, social media is fucking big when it comes to shit like that now, bro. And like, as an individual, like, if you sit there and you scroll through all this shit and you're continuously looking at these things, like, it's gonna lead you to become depressed, because you're gonna see all these people and you're like, man, how are all these people happy? How are all these people constantly motivated? But I don't feel that way. I don't feel like, you know, getting up and doing this shit every day and going to work out and going to work and working on my business for 4 to 5 hours and blah, blah, blah. And maybe, you know, you're someone who's in the fitness industry. I got to cook and da, da, da. Like, bro, a fucking newsflash for you. They're fucking lying. No one is perfectly motivated to do that shit every day. They're just disciplined. And the people that are putting on a facade on social media, get the fuck off these platforms and just start working on your fucking goals. Seriously. If you sit here and you scroll on these platforms day to day and, you know what I'm saying, just constantly look at other people's lives and what it is that they're doing, and you're constantly just worried about what everyone else has going on and not worried about what you have going on, you have a fucking problem. And you are in no way, shape, or form on your way to being successful. I can tell you that right now. And so step into reality, put your damn phone down, turn it off, whatever you need to do, go trade that shit in and go grab a flip phone if you're really serious about wanting to become successful and overcoming the adversity that you have in front of you. Because it's not going to be easy. You're not going to be motivated to do that shit every single day, but you got to put the work in. You have to slowly train yourself and discipline yourself and lay that foundation so you can be successful. And don't let any of that shit on social media, the facades and all the stuff, you know, make you depressed or unmotivate you from chasing your dreams. Fuck that. Fuck all that shit. Stay focused and stay locked in, right? So as you're going throughout the course of this process, right, now you lay your foundation. You lay your foundation, you start to create great habits, or you have built good habits. Let's put it that way instead, right? So you have built good habits. You know, you're finally starting to gain some momentum and you're heading on this journey, right? You're accomplishing little things, little by little, day by day, week to week, month to month. And, you know, throughout the course of this, like, you know, being an entrepreneur per se, right? More specifically, like, you're not necessarily going to get everyone's support when it comes down to it. Like, there's going to be, like, on that road and on that path, you're going to have to spend a hell of a lot of time alone. You're going to have to go through a lot of fucking bullshit alone. You're going to have to continuously put in that work and go throughout this whole process alone. There's not going to be someone there to fucking pat you on the back every fucking second that you do one little thing. And matter of fact, there's probably going to be more people that are going to hate on you before they actually fucking love you. Because the reality of it is, when it comes throughout the course of your process, there might be no one fucking there. But then in the fucking congratulations, 200 fucking people pop out of nowhere. That's just the reality of it. I know I've personally experienced it. I know if there's a ton of other people that have personally experienced it. Trust me. You are not going to have everyone's support at all times. And so a lot of the things that you're going to go through, or that you will go through, you have gone through, you're going through that shit alone. Right? And so how do you cope with that? How do you get over that? How do you, again, stay disciplined and stay motivated throughout all of that as well, right? Like not having a support system. You might see other people that have great support systems backed, that they're backed with. How do you actually stay up and want to continue to just keep going? The one thing that I can tell you guys, coming from me personally, stop giving a fuck about having other people's support. The people that really fuck with you, the people that really do love you, the people that really do want to see you succeed, they'll be there. They'll root you on. They'll reach out to you. They'll see how you're doing. They'll see if you're okay. They'll also see if you need any help. Everyone else, fuck them. You don't need them. Because like I said, throughout the course of that entire process, there's going to be barely anyone around or nobody at all. But at the fucking congratulations, might be 100 fucking thousand people pop up out of nowhere. And that's just the reality of it all. Fuck them. Walk that fucking road alone. Be a fucking beast and be a fucking dog. And earn what the fuck you feel like is yours. Point blank, period. That's what it comes down to. That's the biggest thing that you really have to come to terms with, and just stop giving a fuck. Stop trying to gain validation from everyone. Stop feeling the need for someone to sit there and pat you on the back constantly and tell you, man, you're doing a great job. I love this, this, and that, blah, 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 blah. Like, you don't always need that shit, man. Like, you got to have it up here. That's what we lay the foundation for. That's why we build the discipline. It's easy to fucking reach the top and everyone start fucking kissing your ass and doing all this other shit. But when you're in the process and the grind and really having to go through all this shit, like, bruh, you fucking sitting there and you're constantly looking for that. Like, man, the reality of it is you're not always going to get it, bro. And being doubted and people shitting on you, talking shit, hating on you, all, bro, that's all just part of the fucking process, bro. That's just part of the fucking process, dog. Love that shit. Embrace that shit. Enjoy the fucking journey, bro. Remember that shit. I remember Tyler, the Creator, man. He's one of my favorite artists out right now. Like, he talked about that shit. How he's petty. How petty he is and how he realized that, or excuse me, not necessarily that he realized, but he would see certain people talking shit about him on social media platforms, right? Oh, he'll never win a Grammy. He'll never do X, Y, and Z. Blah, 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 blah. He's talked about it on an interview before where he saved that shit. And when he did exactly what it is that they said he wouldn't do, he retweeted that shit like, yeah, fuck you. You on that type of fuck you energy, for real. You worked to be in that fucking position. You busted your ass to earn that shit. And the motherfucker that tries to look you in your face and tell you, oh, stay humble, all this and that, man. Tell him, fuck you. You was the same one talking shit before, pussy. That's what it is. He was the same one talking shit before. You can humbly accept something, but when it come down to it, you know what the fuck it is that you feel inside. That shit lights your fucking fire because you're like, yeah, I did that. I fucking did that. That's really what it come down to. Trust me, throughout the whole course of that process, man, you could remain humble, remain silent, grind, bust your fucking ass, work continuously hard every single day. But when you get to the top, man, you don't forget that shit. You continuously remember the shit that people said about you. The way they hated on you. The disrespect, bro. The slander that they put on your fucking name. Bro, they told you wouldn't be successful. They told you weren't going to fucking make it, bro. They looked at you dead in your fucking face, bro, and told you your fucking dreams was a fucking facade. That shit was never going to fucking happen, bro. You were never going to be there. You were never going to make it. Point blank, period. So now when it is that you do, when it's your time and you do come up, you want some big fuck you energy. And you don't forget the shit that those people said, and you let your fire continuously burn and keep striving and keep pushing to do 10 times more shit that they said you would never do. Every single fucking day. Point blank fucking period. I'm telling you, throughout this journey, man, you will learn a lot of things about yourself. You will learn a lot of things about life. You will learn, who it is that's really riding with you, who's really rocking with you and fucking with you. And you will really come to understand, what is really meant for you in life and who is meant to be with you throughout the whole course of that process. Keep those people next to you. The people that are actually rooting for you, checking up on you, showing you love, tuning into your shit, buying stuff from your business, listening to your music, coming to your games. Fuck with those people. Ride for those people. And when you get to the top, don't forget about those people either. And reward them as well. Because those are people that have been there for you. They supported you. They got you stuff when you needed it. Like, those are the people that you fucking look out for. Everybody else, you could be on some big fuck you energy. If they tell you, hey, man, congratulations, this and that. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. God bless. Have a great day. And you remember what it is that they fucking said. And you remain on that fuck you energy at all times. Right. So, so we talked about laying the foundation, right? Overcoming that fear, laying the foundation, building that discipline, right? Knowing that you're not always going to stay perfectly motivated. Understanding that you might not have the support or maybe all the tools and necessities that you think you need to really embark on that journey. And understand that there's not a fuck that you have to give when it comes down to it. Just appreciate the people that are there, that are helping and supporting you and helping you push towards what it is that you want to accomplish. And now when we come to wrap this thing around, as you go throughout this journey, I want you to constantly remember to do what you feel is right in your heart, right? Do what you feel is right in your heart and your mind, and pursue what you really want to pursue. Everybody out here has a purpose, right? We all have a reason for being here. Everybody has something that they're extremely talented at with minimal effort, that if they actually dedicate time and work towards it, they could become the greatest at that specific thing. Everybody has something. But you will never find out what that is if you don't get out of your comfort zone and if you don't get over that fear and work towards that. And like I said, as we go through all those stages and we go throughout that process, you really just need to follow your heart and hold high to your faith, honestly, and continuously believe in yourself, because it's not easy. It's not easy, man. You're gonna come across so much bullshit, man. I'm telling you, like, even from personal experience, like a lot of the things that I've gone through, especially as a young man, like I'm not even that old, like, but man, a lot of the shit that I had to start overcoming, especially at a young age, like I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, is everybody else going through this shit too? Like, I used to sit here and ask myself, like, bro, god damn, like, why is this shit so hard? Like, why I see these people got this and those people got that and blah, blah, blah. And man, I had to come to a realization, like, even at 15, 16 years old, I'm like sitting here like, man, like, fuck, it is what it is. If this is my path, bro, if this is what God set in stone for me, like, fuck it. I just got to work harder, bro. God give his toughest roads to the strongest warriors. Like, it is what the fuck it is. And I just had to come to that realization and accept that shit and just be like, bro, fuck it. If I got to work 3 times as hard to maybe not get half as much as this other individual and they're getting this shit handed over to them, bro, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I know that God has a plan for me. And then through every single adversity and every single experience that I'm going through, I'm winning every time. Because I'm gaining some type of knowledge or wisdom, or I'm actually elevating to that next level that I've been wanting to elevate to. And that's the biggest thing you got to come to realize at the end of the day. No matter who you are, what you're pursuing, what it is that you want to get out of life, like, you have a purpose. God has a plan for you. And you have to just keep pushing yourself day in and day out. And when it comes down to it, I think that's really all it is that I have for you guys today. Talking about, right, overcoming adversity and really not giving a fuck about all the doubt that comes your way when trying to pursue those goals and trying to elevate yourself to that next level, bro. Fuck it. It is what it is. Continue to keep working hard, man. Continue to keep pushing yourself. Stay true to yourself. Follow what's in your heart. Walk with your head up and pay attention to all the doors, windows of opportunity and everything that is presented in front of you, and take advantage of every single last one. Right? And as I said before, believe in yourself, stay consistent, be disciplined, and most of all, never fucking give up. Because if you give up on your dreams, then you might never come to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in your life. So giving up is not an option. There's only one way to go, and it's up. But if you give up on yourself, there might be tens of other people depending on you, your potential, and your success to come through. So don't let them down, and don't let yourself down. And don't let your talent and what it is that you got blessed with go to waste. And that's all that I got for you guys today, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in with me. I hope that you guys appreciated, us kind of going in a different direction today. And kind of just giving you guys a little bit more insight, a little bit of insight of myself. Talking about these things, of overcoming adversity, right? And overcoming these doubts, that you're going to face as an individual. And just really just embarking on that journey. And I hope that's able to reach out to, a certain group of people and really be able to touch them in some ways, and get them going. Right. And, personally, like, if you guys would like to hear some more of these things or be able to have some more of these sessions, right, these solo casts, as I like to say, man, let us know down in the comments, bro. Let us know. Give us your feedback. Like, we want to hear it. We want to take those things in and kind of give you guys the content that you're really looking for when it comes to us. I know generally we're really in that comedy and entertainment spectrum, man, but I definitely love to talk about some of the things when it comes to life reality, right? And that's kind of one of the things that we do as well, but not so much in this realm, right? Because this is more in a serious end, right? And some of the other things that we talk about as well, they're serious as well, and they're real life experiences and things that individuals go through day by day. But obviously this is more like hard hitting, and talking, real adversity and motivation and some of the things that we have to come to realize and overcome, right? And so if you guys have really enjoyed this, man, let us know down below, man. Comment, and give us your feedback on this episode if you guys really enjoyed this. But before we head out, I forgot to say this earlier, man, but like, comment, subscribe to the channel here at the C's and Q's podcast. If you guys want to see any clips, behind the scenes, or segments, guys, you guys can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at the CQ podcast _. You'll be able to find us there. Be able to get any type of content there as well. And also, we love to take your feedback on those platforms as well and be able to interact with you there. And then if you want to be able to listen to the audio version of this, whether you're running errands, you're on your way to work, maybe you're just walking around the house or walking around the neighborhood or cleaning around your house, right? Anchor.fm / the CQ podcast 22. And you'll be able to find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, iHeartRadio, you name it. We're there across all platforms to be able to listen to the audio version of this as well, and all of our previous episodes, of course. And yeah, man, as always, I'm beyond grateful and thankful if you guys tuned in today. Again, if you've appreciated this episode, man, and love the direction that we pulled in today, man, let us know. We appreciate y'all. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with me today. Hopefully, we'll see you guys soon. And as always, stay on your C's and Q's. Love you guys. Peace.